Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. We're gonna start here with the daily close. Of course, for the daily close, we're gonna start with the possibility for Bitcoin, where we are still potentially here in an impulse in several 1-2s. We have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for to finish, of course, a wave 3 over there for the blue count here, and of course we saw another drop and another massive move toward the upside. However, this move looks for me, of course, like three waves. Opening a scenario, of course, for an ABC can be, of course, a possibility here as a wave 4, especially that if you take here the ABC, where of course you have the expanding flat wave C, of course, taking the fib level perfectly. And I mentioned this already, of course, in the previous scenario, where we saw, of course, an A, B, and a C potentially here as an ending diagonal, which it might be here for the bullish, of course, still unfolding as a big ending diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Your wave 5 is an A, B, and a C towards the upside. And this is your expanding flat A, B, and a C, still looking, of course, for a potential high here between, of course, this blue box fib levels. Right, so we have to keep this, of course, scenario in mind because it has a very high possibility. Now there is another possibility, of course, that even that you are in a 1, 2, 3 wave 4 still can be unfinished. This one that we saw on the 2-hour chart as well can be, of course, an expanding flat and moving for high again, which is a also scenario for bullish. The final scenario that is still a little bit bearish in a wave B here in a big expanding flat. You still need to finish this A, B, and a C. You have an impulse, correction, impulse that it should finish or in an ending diagonal, of course, for a wave C. In a wave B expanding flat, finishing around the 1.38 and 125k 800. And that means by all the scenarios that we have right now, we're still looking for one more high for Bitcoin. Probability here is, of course, still high, but the question mark is that is it safe? Is it like worthing to, of course, right now just for one more move, or probably, of course, getting one more high in case you are very, very bullish? So yeah, it can be, but of course, it is full with risks. Right, so I just want to mention with it that it is risky because you are already at the top. We took the high here. You can consider it as a finished impulse, probably, of course, but yeah, I mean, because of this looks three ways, the probability still, of course, have a potential, but can be. All right, so the idea is that on the daily we are at the top, on the weekly also we are at the top again, and of course it is a little bit risky right now to think so much about the Bitcoin can move really decisively still toward the upside. Plus, we have here, of course, the channeling taken, of course, on the daily for our scenario here where we have our bull run. As you can see, that Bitcoin is still, of course, inside this base channel. We didn't broke it, and if we are still looking for this one more high toward the upside to unfold here, how much strong it's gonna be to be able, of course, to move for higher. Yeah, so this is a question mark right now. So I still see that Bitcoin might struggle from breaking the base channel, guys. If Bitcoin is gonna struggle, and of course, don't forget the ending diagonal that we were talking about scenario might be fitting perfectly with the base channel here. Without leaving the base channel, we might be in a wave B here again for a big expanding flat A, B, and a C bear market, of course, that it might be unfolding for Bitcoin, here as A, B, and a C, and without breaking the base channel decisively and entering the 130k zone, yeah, and above. In this case, of course, I would say now the probability are going a little bit higher for a wave B here, where Bitcoin can range, of course, around this base channel and then drop down for wave C. So we have to be careful with this scenario again. On the 1-hour chart, internally, we see, of course, a potential A, B, and a C here. And I already mentioned this scenario. As you can see, A, B, C, we hit perfectly the 1.618 taken from the A to the B to the C. So the next level can be, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Finishing this A, B, and a C as a zigzag, and we want to here potentially hit the 1.38, 126k is the next target probably, so be careful, it's a key level. for wave B and then dropping towards the downside, potentially, of course. If not, therefore we want to see, of course, another wave 4 and a 5, and finally, okay, finishing the bull run. That was it for Bitcoin. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.